Welcome, brothers and sisters of the Squatch. Today's sermon is on the wisdom of Matt Moneymaker. He says, everything you know about the Matilda video is wrong. Matilda the Bigfoot is described as a juvenile Bigfoot that was videotaped on the property in Kentucky bought by the Erickson Project. Yet the video that was released is not of Matilda at all. Matt Moneymaker was on the After Hours with Team Tazor the other evening and had much to say about the Matilda footage and its validity. Matt Moneymaker is a longtime Bigfoot investigator and head of the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization known as the BFRO. Matt has most likely taken more first-hand witness accounts of Bigfoot encounters than any other person on the planet. He is a world traveler and has looked for Bigfoot-type animals on several continents, but has spent mass amounts of time hunting the elusive animals right here in the woods of America. Matt has actually been to the location that this video was taken, and has been able to view the longer 6-minute video that includes the Matilda footage. He reports that the animal seen sleeping here is in fact not Matilda at all, but the older female that was part of a group. Apparently there was a large male, this older female, and the juvenile female, Matilda. Here's an artist rendition of what Matilda looks like. She is reported to be on camera with a full facial view, and once the camera person is noticed, she growls and snarls at the person before the tape ends. You can see that she has black gums, longer canines than humans have. The sleeping Bigfoot footage was taken by the original property owners, which was confirmed by Matt Moneymaker during the interview. Adrian Erickson had been funding the study on the location and been getting short clips from the owner, and had actually gone to the location and got some footage of his own. Matt also said that he was hired by Erickson to go to the location and get some surveillance footage. He was able to do so. That footage is known as the pancake video. The owners had been baiting the Bigfoot to return to the property with pancakes and other foods. At one point, they actually glued broken glass to one of the food plates and get a DNA sample. One of these samples is reported to have been sent to the Ketchum lab and is part of her study. Matt also talks about why the footage hasn't been released in full yet. He says sadly most of the footage is very short. There is no explanation as to why the footage is always so short, other than Matt's speculation of money needs, as the Erickson Project had been paying the owners for the footage. There's actually been activity at that location for a very long time. Moneymaker goes on to say, you never see the head or the face of the sleeping Bigfoot, and this is all the clip has. It's no longer than the length is around 30 seconds, but the report that the animal stands up is not true whatsoever. There is a different clip of an adult female where they got a face shot of the animal while it was out looking up a hill. The filmers were hiding in the bush when it came into view. Matt reports the face was in full view, but not quite in full sun. It was taken from a high-definition camera. The report that this person was in a Wookiee suit costume, as Matt assures us, is not true whatsoever. Matt said there are things about the footage you can tell is not a person in a costume. There are always ways you can tell. To Matt, the footage is 100% real due to the face shots. He was able to view the footage firsthand. Matt was asked if this footage was better than the Todd Standing footage, to which he replied, it's far better than the puppet used in the Standing video, as it lasts longer than 30 seconds or so. He was also asked if it was enough to convince skeptics, to which he replied, if it had been longer, it had some potential, but its length is going to hinder it, much like the Patterson footage does. Matt also confirms that Dr. Ketchum does not own the rights to the Erickson footage and its projects. Then he confirms that the story was not true and goes on to say that the source of the information is spreading rumors as usual. The Erickson Project actually offered to sell the footage to Matt Moneymaker for $1 million some time ago. So it's very doubtful that Dr. Ketchum would have paid for it, as she didn't pay for one bit of her study. That bill was paid by others, but we'll save that for yet another episode. In all, the interview was fantastic, and I'll be sure to put a link in the description for everyone to go and see. Well, what does Reverend Jeff think about the footage? I'm still on the fence. What has been released to date is just not enough for me to be convinced that this is a real animal. I'll be glad to reserve judgment on the footage until such a time that the rest of it gets released and I can view it for myself. Unless further details arise ahead of time, and we are still waiting for the Erickson Project to comment or release something new. Thanks for dropping in. Once again, I'm Reverend Jeff, and may the Squatch be with you.